Let's be real for a second. Mobile security can feel, well, super complicated. But what if it wasn't? What if a few simple habits and tools could turn your phone from a target into a fortress? Well, today, we're going to dive into how to make your digital life way safer, one tap at a time.
So, to set the stage, just look at this number. $12.5 billion. That's how much money the FBI says Americans lost to online crime just last year. And what's really crazy is that number has almost tripled since 2020.
And it just makes you wonder, right? How much of that massive number started with a device just like the one you're probably holding right now? It's a heavy thought for sure, but knowing the risk is really the first step to beating it. See, your phone isn't just a phone anymore. To a cybercriminal, it is an absolute goldmine. It's a direct line into the most sensitive, most private parts of your life, which makes it an incredibly valuable target. I mean, just think about it for a second. Your banking apps, private conversations, all your personal photos, and basically the keys to every single online account you own. They're all sitting right there in one place. Protecting it? Yeah, it's not really optional anymore. It's absolutely essential. So who are the villains in this digital story? Let's meet some of the most common threats that are specifically aiming for our mobile devices. And these aren't some abstract dangers. This stuff is happening to people every single day. First up, we've got smishing. It's kind of a funny name for a really sneaky attack. It's basically just phishing, but it comes through an SMS text message. And it's so common because, let's face it, we're all kind of conditioned to trust the messages that pop up on our phones. Now here's the real trick they use. Scammers use this urgent, panicky language to make you feel like you have to act now. They want you to react with emotion and just click that link before the logical part of your brain has a chance to go, wait a minute.
And here's how you spot the difference. A real message from your bank is going to be professional. It won't demand immediate action through some weird-looking link. A fake one, though, it feels generic, it's pushy, and the link just looks off. The pro tip here is to never click the link. Always go to the official app or the website yourself.
Okay, this next one is wild. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it is 100% real. Using AI, criminals can take just a few seconds of audio from, say, social media and clone someone's voice. Then they'll call you, pretending to be a family member in trouble. They call it the AI grandchild scam, trying to trick you into sending money. Chilling, right? All right, enough with the scary stuff. Those are the threats. The good news is, defending yourself isn't nearly as hard as you might think. So now, let's talk solutions. It's time to build your digital fortress, and we're going to start with the foundation. It sounds so basic, but this is probably the most important first step you can take. A simple 4-digit PIN, that's like leaving your key under the doormat. You really need to be using a 6-digit PIN, or even better, a passcode with letters and numbers. This is your first and honestly your strongest line of defense. Okay, and these right here? These are the non-negotiable habits for a secure digital life. You've got to keep your software updated, because that patches security holes. Be super careful on public Wi-Fi, it's a hacker's playground. Enable remote wipe so you can protect your data if your phone gets stolen. And at permissions, well, let's take a closer look at that one. So here's the deal. Ask yourself, why does that puzzle game need access to my microphone and contacts? It almost certainly doesn't. You should really go through your apps and just turn off any permissions that aren't absolutely necessary for the app to work. It's a 10-minute job that can drastically cut down your risk.
So our foundation is solid. Now let's add some really powerful tools to our arsenal. Think of these as the shields and alarm systems for your digital fortress.
Listen, if you only do one thing after watching this, please make it this. According to Microsoft, turning on multi-factor authentication, or MFA, blocks almost all automated account hacks. It's a huge deal. Even if a scammer manages to steal your password, they still can't get in without that second code. But you should know that not all MFA is created equal. Getting a code sent to you by text message is good, but it's vulnerable to something called a SIM swap attack. That's where a criminal literally steals your phone number. Authenticator apps like Google Authenticator or Authy are the gold standard because the codes are generated right there on your device, which makes them immune to that attack. You know when you use the Wi-Fi at a coffee shop or the airport? Well, that's kind of like shouting your information in a really crowded room. A VPN, or a virtual private network, encrypts your connection. It basically creates a private, secure tunnel for your data, making it completely unreadable to anyone trying to snoop on the network. And hey, don't forget the rest of the toolkit. A good antivirus app will scan for nasty malware.
Call blockers can identify and stop spam calls before they even ring. And secure messaging apps like Signal make sure your conversations stay truly private with what's called end-to-end encryption.
Okay, we've built our fortress. We've got our defenses up. But what if some of your data is already out there? Exposed from a data breach in the past. It's time to find out. It's a bit of a scary question, I know, but it's one you really need the answer to. I mean, with all the major companies getting hacked all the time, there's a pretty good chance your email or phone number has been compromised in at least one of them.
Luckily, there is an amazing, free, and highly respected tool called Have I Been Pwned? It was created by a security researcher named Troy Hunt, and it lets you check your email against this massive database of known data breaches to see if your info has been exposed.
And this is the screen you really don't want to see. Pwned. It's old school gamer slang for owned, and it means your information was found in a leaked database. But look, if you see this, do not panic. It just means it's time to take action.
Seriously, don't panic. Here's your action plan. First, change the password for that specific site that was breached. Second, and this is so critical, you have to change that same password on every other site where you used it. And finally, go turn on MFA for those accounts. This turns what could be a disaster into a totally manageable cleanup.
And that pretty much brings us to the end. You are now armed with the knowledge you need to make your digital life so much safer. So the question is, what's your first move going to be? Are you going to go strengthen your passcode, turn on MFA, or check your app permissions? The power is officially in your hands.